Look, we started off with electronics because we thought this is the toughest category to be in, and if you can crack the supply chain sourcing, we can probably get into different categories as well. In last 1 year, what we realized was almost 90% of our audience was male, right? Because these are people who buy gadgets online, and we decided to get into related categories like battery-operated toys and watches, which was still within electronics category domain, but helped us in getting a new audience on board. Apart from that, what started happening was repeat ratio for products like toys and watches are probably 2x of what electronics has, right? So that excited us for new categories like kitchenwares and office stationaries. We thought, first we'll be able to get lot more demographic profile and audience on Let's Buy, and second, most of these categories are high margin category, right? So if you look at all these four categories, average margin is anywhere between 25 to 40%, right? So it makes it a lot more lucrative. Third, it doesn't require a different supply chain to set up these categories. Unlike book or media, these are relatively smaller category, so it was easier to make them live on Let's Buy. Look, so we didn't really thought about lifestyle business to start with. I think most of these categories, and then we've made them live in last 3 odd months, right? So we were not really planning to go the horizontal way, but we definitely had planned to get into categories which are smaller and easier to make live, because we were anyways, I think we are probably the least capitalized company in the e-commerce industry, right? So we've only raised our Series A, which was $6 odd million. So we wanted to make sure that whatever we invest in gives us volumes and better returns. And lifestyle would have been an attractive category to get into, but we didn't really want to have a Me Too strategy at this stage. I think we launched toys and watches somewhere in October. Right, so that's when we got away from 3Cs category as such, and most of the other categories have been made live in last 3 to 4 months. I think another important reason for to identify these categories was if you look at most of the e-commerce players, be it horizontal or vertical, hardly anyone is focused on these categories. Something like sports equipments, right, or even kitchen appliances or watches. So today we sell close to 300 watches a day. Which I'm sure would be more than any lifestyle player as well. Look, I think it's so obviously the announcement was premature. I think we met Sachin and Benny for the first time on I think somewhere mid of Jan, right? So this is not even 2 months, and we're still working on the integration plan. So we'll still see how things figure out. And but one thing for sure, I think there are a lot of synergies between both the companies. And the teams are excited to be part of Flipkart. I think we are still working on those things. We haven't really worked out the details. I think in next few weeks we'll be sitting together with Flipkart's management and working out the details on the integration plan, on the organization changes. I think any integration, because both the companies are large enough, right? And both the companies have grown almost 900% last year. So it's not really easy to integrate overnight, right? So it will happen gradually. It may take anywhere between 6 to 12 months to integrate. I think it will be part of a integration plan. So good thing is both the companies were growing really well, right? And will continue to grow separately, even though now within a same group. So Let's Buy will continue to hire, we'll go ahead with our hiring plans, and I think wherever the integration is possible, so some of the functions like sourcing and category, which can actually help the group to leverage each other efficiency, will probably combine the teams, warehousing for that matter, or self-logistics. But apart from that, I think as an entity it will remain separate. I think, so the discussions we had with Flipkart founders, I think their plan is to have a dual brand strategy. Mm-hmm. Like, so even if you look at globally, Amazon still run Amazon as well as diapers and soap.com and even Zappos, right? I think that's the strategy Flipkart has. Mm-hmm. So I think they do have plans to continue with Let's Buy as a separate brand because it's a strong brand. I mean, just to give an example, we haven't really spent any amount of marketing money in last 3 months, and still it has been growing organically by 15-20% month on month. And there would be not many e-commerce sites in the country who are doing 12 to 14 crores of business by growing organically, right? So that's what Let's Buy is doing for last few months. Look, I think Flipkart also was considering Let's Buy as their strongest competitor. Within this category, because we got into this category before Flipkart, so we had better relation with the brands, with the vendors, and Flipkart was still trying to get into getting hold of electronics category. So I think they realized that they are getting the better expertise in 3C's category. They are getting e-commerce trained manpower, right? So we employ 370 people on roles and almost 100 odd people on contract. So otherwise it's very difficult to get 500 odd e-commerce trained people, and they are getting hold of that. Second, I think they're getting a property which is doing really well. So they are second largest competitor. So at least in electronics category, if you look at it, I think even the third largest player, which was EAB, they are not no more selling electronics, right? So Flipkart would end up owning 70-80% of the market share in electronics as well, along with the books. And these two categories are going to be the largest category for any horizontal player. Look, I haven't really thought about it. I think it's an exciting team, an exciting company to be part of it. I think journey at Let's Buy just started a year back, right? So last year was a roller coaster ride. Even going forward, I think Flipkart has huge plans. They are undoubtedly the leaders in e-commerce space, and I think their plan is to be the leader in the retail space as well, by being online, right? So I think plans are very aggressive, and they'll definitely need e-commerce trained people and founders to stay on for some time to help them out with the overall synergy and integration. We haven't really decided on that. I think we will wait to see how things play out, right? What are the individual roles that each of the founders at Let's Buy has, but we haven't really figured out. I think all those things will be figured out when we have the detailed integration plan. Look, I think probably our Flipkart founders would be the better people to answer this question, but definitely it would give them leverage, at least in terms of market share. And I think, I mean, even in terms of electronics, in last few months, Flipkart was doing, in terms of volume, more than Let's Buy, right? So they were leader in this category as well in last 3-4 months. So in that sense, I think a good thing about Flipkart is that whatever they decide to do, I mean, they do it to perfection, right? So, but the advantage that they get with us is the sourcing capability, right? So sourcing capability as well as our preferred relationship with most of the brands, right? So that's the leverage I think they'll get hold of. I think we were still growing. The only thing happened, so we decided not to really spend any marketing money in last 3 months. And still business is growing by 15-20%, right? So transactions are increasing. I think traffic has maintained and is growing. So nothing has really changed in terms of business. And I think, I mean, in tough times, you see the actual worth of business, and that's what has happened with Let's Buy in last few months. Look, if you look at the year-on-year growth, it is almost 10x, right? 900% is what we have grown in last 1 year. So I think last year we closed financial year at 13-14 odd crores, and this year we'll be closing at 150 crores, right? So that's the growth that Let's Buy has seen. And if you consider the capital burned or spent to achieve that growth, I think we would be probably the most efficient demanaged company in terms of that, because I mean we only had $6 odd million, and we managed to create a $30 million company.